and joining me now, head coach Ralph Turner. And Ralph, a huge ball game tonight, to say the least.
It's big because it's the next one, Jim.
I was setting you up for that one. I was like teeing up, waiting for you to hit it out of the park. But, sometimes fastballs are bigger and fatter than other fastballs, and this one's a big-time fastball for you tonight.
Yeah, this is a game that has playoff implications and region implications, and we've got to play better than what we've been playing if we're going to have a chance, because Fort Lewis is formidable.
Well, the first matchup this year, you had an 18-point lead on them in the second half, but they're no stranger to that. They usually came back on Regis. I watched them one night online as well. They can come back from big-time deficit. I guess the key, get on top of them and stay on top of them.
Well, I don't really care whether we start on top. I don't care whether we're on top in the middle. The key is to be on top when the buzzer sounds. That's our whole goal this time, is to be on top at the end.
Well, you look at their weapons. This Joshua Blaylock, kind of unconventional. It's hard to describe to the fans exactly how he shoots that jumper. Is super mascot Rocky. It's hard to keep a straight interview going on here when Rocky's out here entertaining. But Blaylock, kind of unconventional the way he shoots, but he is a scorer.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, really. He's a great player, hard to guard. He can go to the basket, he creates for his teammates, and he has a very unorthodox jumper. So he's a great offensive player. But Bach, in his own way, is just as dangerous. Great post player. He's a great cutter, slasher, and they form a great 1-2 punch.
Hey, you beat me to that, kind of that 1-2 punch. And Bach poses a lot of problems because, you said, he can do it outside. He can do it on the drive. They also like to post him up. He's kind of like their version of Rico.
That's exactly what Jed and I were saying, that he and Rico have a lot of similarities. Now, for them, you'd have to be somebody who's into statistics and watching their progression this year. The last 7 games, the guy who's averaging almost 15 points a game is Hernandez, number 23, short junior college guy, but he can shoot the ball. Last night, I think he was 5 for 6 from 3. He's really given them an added dimension.
Well, they... Also, it's going to be kind of a fast-paced ball game, but I think a lot of times in these games we go in, Ralph, particularly when you've been coaching against teams, you look at the numbers, you look at the offensive from each team, it comes down to who wants to play some defense going to win this ball game.
Yeah, you'd like to think. Regis held them to 75 or 76 and beat them. Metro held them to 65 and beat them. So they could be guarded, and they were dominated in both those games on the boards. Metro had 49 points between turnovers and second chance points. Regis had 29 points in their game. That's really not our strength, but they can be guarded. But we're going to have to play at a top level.
Well, the key tonight is staying out of Rocky's way, too, Ralph.
Oh, my God.
Good luck tonight.
This is horrifying.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Oh, he got you, Ralph, with the silly string. Stay tuned. Our starting lineup's the opening tip-off. It all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Massari Arena. I got to turn my pots up so you can hear me, everybody. But welcome back to Massari Arena as we wind our way toward tip-off of the men's ball game here. Both teams concluding their pregame warm-ups. Good crowd on hand here tonight at Massari Arena. Second straight night we've had a nice crowd. Sorry, last night we had $17.25 paid in the house. I think we're going to eclipse that tonight. Might get closer. Oh, 2,200 maybe, I'm going to predict, by the end of the night here. Of course, super mascot Rocky is in town and doing a great job keeping everybody entertained. They've got a little kids area down to our right. Children 14 and under get in free here tonight. So if you're still out and about, want to do something, get on out here to Massari Arena. So we've got a great basketball game coming up here, Thunderwolves and the Skyhawks. Skyhawks, they lead the conference. They are 14-2, but right behind them sit the Thunderwolves at 13-3 in a second-place tie with Colorado School of Mines. If the Thunderwolves can pull off the win tonight, there's a very good chance we're going to have a three-way tie atop the conference standings at the end of the night here. But Thunderwolves have to take care of business to get that done. Now, they laid an egg, I guess, a couple weeks ago when Mines came in here to town. Another similar type matchup for the Thunderwolves against a team that was right on top of the conference, and the Thunderwolves got blown out of here. But I don't foresee that here tonight. I think this is going to be a great ball game because the Thunderwolves and Fort Lewis, they play a similar style, and they seem to get after each other every time they play. The earlier matchup this year down in Durango, Thunderwolves, that was the first conference game of the year way back in December 2nd, I think it was. And Thunderwolves had an 18-point second-half lead before Fort Lewis reeled them in. They scored 58 points in the second half, then topped that off with 16 in the overtime. They outscored the Thunderwolves 16-8 in the overtime session to end up winning the ball game, pretty much going away down the stretch. Thunderwolves want to get the job done in regulation here tonight on their home court. We're going to take one more timeout here. 2-minute break. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off. It all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Let's join Dave Miller for tonight's starting lineups.
And now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Fort Lewis College Skyhawks. A 6'2" senior from Lancaster, California, number 1, Joshua Blaylock. A 6'2" senior from Austin, Texas, number 3, Will Morse. A 6'9" junior from Littleton, Colorado, number 10, Brandon Wilson. A 6'4" junior from Austin, Texas, number 12, Rasmus Bach. And a 6'6" senior from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 21, Ross Buckman. Head coach of the Skyhawks, Bob Petrak. And now, the starting lineup for your CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves on Super Rocky Night. A 6'2" junior from Lawndale, California, number 1, Will Newman. A 6'3" senior from Maryville, Indiana, number 23, Rico Spies. A 6'9" senior from Nooseheads, Australia, number 24, Nelson Collar. A 6'1" sophomore from Lyman, Colorado, number 12, Gavin Liggett. And a 6'5" junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado, number 15, Josh Smith. Assistant coach Jed Knobel, head coach of the Thunderwolves, Ralph Turner.
And as we do each and every home game here at Massari Arena, we thank Dave Miller for bringing the starting lineups, get you in the mood for basketball here. We sit courtside at Massari Arena, sit on Dave Socher press row. We have the high honor each and every game to do that. My name's Jim Brooks. Caitlin Norton's our producer and engineer. Glad to have you along tonight. On Fox Sports Pueblo, Rocky is in the house. Also welcome our Stretch internet feed audience watching the ball game tonight using our commentary right here on the GoThunderwolves.com site. Thunderwolves in their home white, red numerals, blue trim. Fort Lewis in their sky blue with the gold numerals and a dark blue trim. It'll be Nelson Collar to jump center against Brandon Wilson. Thunderwolves will move it left to right as we look at it. Ball is in the air, tap controlled by the Thunderwolves. Newman has it in the backcourt. He brings it across the timeline. Lob it down low. Collar is in, goes up, missed the layup, gets his own rebound, and traffic goes up and banks it in. Second time the charm for Nelson, 2-0. Thunderwolves with the quick start. Inbounds pass to Will Morse. He'll bring the ball across the timeline. He runs the show for the Skyhawks. Ball onto the left side. This is Bach with the ball. He's a player to watch. Drives it to the free throw line. Pulls up and hits. He is so smooth. Rasmus Bach ties the game up at 2 apiece. Inbounds pass to Newman. They give it off to Spikes, and Spikes will bring it across the timeline. Now gives it to Newman. He's matched up with Blaylock. Drives around him. Down low to Collar. Ball goes right between the legs of Collar out of bounds. Last touched by the Skyhawks. Bob Petrak is the head coach of the Skyhawks. Minor protest on the first call of the game. Inbounds pass to Collar. On the wing. Gets it up top to Smith. Smith to Liggett. Comes around the screen. Not open. Gives it off to Newman. Newman will hold things up. 10 on the shot clock. Left side to Smith. Smith now gives it to Spike. Spike's going to go one-on-one. Pushes off. Goes down the lane. Scoops it up with the right hand. Good, but the foul before the shot. That bails out the defense in a way. Foul on Buckman is his first. It'll be Thunderwolves ball on the baseline. Buckman going over to protest the call, but he should just eat the foul because it prevents the 2 points. Inbounds pass to Collar. Collar on the wing. Spike's posting up down low. Poked at from behind. Has the ball. Goes up in traffic. And goes outside to Smith to Newman. Now down low to Collar. Push from behind. Nelson gets it outside to Spikes. Fakes. Drives into the paint. Nice dish to Collar. And he banks it in and a foul. Collar took the hit, but laid it in. And the foul is on Buckman, and he's quickly picked up 2 fouls. And with a big grin, he has to come out of the ball game, and he can go sit on the sideline and chew that mouthpiece a little bit more. And Collar steps to the line to shoot the free throw. 62% on the year. Free throw up, and it's off the back iron. Hits the top of the backboard and comes out of there, and it's rebounded by the Skyhawks. Long feed up ahead, right side Bach. He pulls up and launches the 3 ball off the back iron. Long rebound. Collar chases it down. Hands it off to Spikes. Spikes races it into the forecourt. Onto the left wing. Holds things up, and now the reset. He hands it off to Newman. Newman right side to Smith. Smith gives it to Spikes. Thunderwolves lead it 4-2. Now Newman will dribble way outside. Now starts to drive over the left wing extended. Collar sets a high screen for him. They tried to play pick and roll. Nothing happening. Right side to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Smith now gives it off to Spikes. 4 on the shot clock. Spikes takes the screen. Goes into the corner. Smith. Shot clock expired. It will not count. Missed it anyway. Ball goes over to the Skyhawks. Inbounds pass to Morse. Morse brings it across the timeline. Hands the ball off to Semendini, who's into the ball game. Now to Wilson. Free throw line jumper. He left it short. Collar might have got a piece of that. Rebound to Spikes. Brings it across the timeline. Races into the forecourt. Down the lane he goes. Up and scoops it in. Rico Spikes. Coast to coast. 6-2. Thunderwolves by 4. Here is Bach working with the ball in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline. Onto the right side to Blaylock. Blaylock gives it to Morse. They work the weave game out around the perimeter. Now hand it off to Wilson. Goes right side. Now hand it off to Morse. Morse looking for Bach posting up. Can't get it to him. Morse now dribbles to the free throw line. Goes backdoor in from the baseline. Nice dish. There was a shot blocked by Collar. Loses the rebound. Dishes off. Layup is good by Wilson. 6-4. Thunderwolves by 2. Bounce pass to Newman. He gets a screen from Spikes. Gets it across the timeline to the top of the key. Dribbles in from the right. Goes up with a running right-hander. Banks it in. 8-4. Thunderwolves by 4. Here comes Blaylock across the timeline. Steps up and pulls up for the shot. Missed it off the back iron. Rebound batted around, and it's picked out of there by Spikes. Spikes now will race it across the timeline. Here he comes. Full head of steam. In from the left. Running right-hander. No. It's stuffed in by Nelson Collar on the follow. Timeout. Fort Lewis. 16:39 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead it 10-4. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Nelson Collar with the follow-up slam dunk. Revving up the fans here. Super mascot Rocky across the way. He's doing his job too. 10-4, Pack on top. Semendini onto the left side to Bach. Bach feeds it outside, threw it away, but it's chased down out by the timeline by Semendini. Right side, Morse for 3. In and out, no good. Smith with a tough rebound in traffic. Thunderwolves want to run it. Fired ahead to Spikes. Spikes on the left wing. Holds things up. Backs his way in. Goes outside to Newman. Fakes the 3. Works around the screen. In from the right. Cut off there. Now backs out. Will fire the 3-pointer. Got it! Will Newman from downtown. 13-4. Thunderwolves by 9. Inbounded in the backcourt to Morse. Morse now gets it across the timeline for the Skyhawks. Feeds it up top to Semendini on the left wing to Blaylock. Blaylock picked up there by Newman, works around a screen. Scholar switches out on down line. Shot blocked by Collar. Rebound up and in by Semendini. 13-6, Thunderwolves. Lead it by 7. Here is Newman. Newman at the top of the key, hands it off to Collar. Collar gives it off to Smith. Smith's going to launch a three-pointer on the way out the back iron. Long rebound, chased down in the corner, let it go out of bounds, does Brandon Wilson. I don't think Ralph Turner is enamored by that shot by Smith. We've got a TV timeout. 15:26 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 13-6. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Super mascot Rocky doing his thing. He wants to do one more trick here, and the official's not going to let him do it. You guys have no sense of entertainment value. Our officials, by the way, tonight, John Guerrero, Kenneth Wilson, and Armando Rivas. Here's Morse with it. Ball knocked away by Kuiper. It's loose on the deck. Kuiper stays it to Williams. In from the right. Stuffs it home with two hands. 15-6. Thunderwolves by 9. Great hustle there by Kuiper. Here's Bach back down the lane. In from the right layup. Missed it. Foul called on Kuiper. Rasmus Bach to the line. A little bit of a superstar call there. They do have superstars in the RMAC. RMAC second in the conference in scoring. Little bump there. Free throw no good. The ball never lies, as we say. One more for Rasmus Bach, the junior out of Austin, Texas. Second toss, and he clanked them both. Rebound to Spikes. He had no business being on the line to begin with. Here's Spikes, brings it across the timeline. Works around a screen. Back pass, Kuiper for 3. It's on the way. Off the back iron. High arching rebound taken out of there by Morse. Morse now will bring it across the timeline. Dribbles to the left wing. Holds things up. Goes way out top with it to Semendini. Now to Bach on the left side. They feed it down on the block. In from the left. Layup good by Riley Ferris. 15-8. Thunderwolves lead it by 7. 14:30 to go here in the first half. Newman brings it across the timeline. A lot of energy here in the building tonight. High post, Kuiper turns, faces, one dribble, steps back. He will launch the three-pointer. That one banks up, no good. And the rebound to Semendini. Outlet pass to Blaylock. Blaylock way outside with it. Dribbles around a screen. Stops, gives it up top. Ferris will drive in around Kuiper, goes up with the right hand and banks it in. 15-10, 4 in a row by the Skyhawks here. Here's Newman. He'll bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Newman on the left wing, works around a screen, can't get the 3 off. Hands the ball left side to Spikes. Williams posting up down, low pass goes over his head. He saves it off the shoulder. But no, he stepped on the line when he leaped up in the air to save the ball off a box, so it goes over to the Skyhawks. Good hustle there by Williams, but the size 13's one size too big there. Inbounds pass to Blaylock. He'll bring it across the timeline. So Skyhawks trying to survive the early rush here after falling behind by 9. They've scored the last 4. Here's Blaylock, feeds it outside. Ferris thought about stepping into 3, lost the ball out of bounds. He faked the three-pointer, drove it around Kuiper, but then fumbled it away out of bounds. Ferris, redshirt freshman out of Hutto, Texas. He averages close to 10 points a game. He's been coming on of late. Inbounds pass to Newman. Thunderwolves have stalled a little bit here on the last couple of possessions. Newman hands it off to Spikes. Spikes now goes to Oldham, who's into the ball game for the first time for the Thunderwolves. Now to Kuiper. Kuiper directing traffic, goes left side to Newman. Newman jumps at the Spikes at the free throw line. Rico holds it there, 10 on the shot clock, starts to drive. He's in, layup good. Spikes with 4. 17-10. Back the other way comes Blaylock. Way up top to go left side to Bach. Bach picked up by Williams. Now way up top into the ball game. Daniel Hernandez, left side. Ferris with it. Oh, nice pass down low. Layup good and a foul. Nice move there by Blaylock. As he gets the bucket to drop, he has a chance for the three-point play. The foul's on Will Newman. Blaylock, he and Bach both average 19 points a game. It's a great 1-2 punch for the Skyhawks. Blaylock 85% from the free throw line, and he calmly strokes this one in. So he's on the board with 3, 17-13. Into the ball game, Dantes Thomas, a freshman out of Phoenix, Arizona, for the Skyhawks. Inbounds pass to Newman. Blaylock likes to pick up full court. He wants to make Newman earn his keep here tonight. Newman now will get it across the timeline with a second to spare. But it takes a little bit away from the Thunderwolves offense here as they have to get into it a little later than they want to. Spikes on the left wing, 10 on the shot clock. Williams, free throw line, lobs it down low to Kuiper. He's shoved from behind, gets rid of it. Out top to Newman. Three-pointer on the way off the mark. And the rebound to Semendini. Gets the outlet pass ahead to Blaylock. He'll pull and cast off from there occasionally. Outside, here's another guy who can shoot the three. Daniel Hernandez hit 38 of them on the year. He drives it into the paint. Running right-hander up and in. Nice move. Daniel Hernandez. He's only 5'11". That's what they list him at. It's 17-15. Newman gets it across the timeline. Thunderwolves lead it by 2. They've led by as many as 9 here in the first half. Newman on the right side holds things up. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Give it to Oldham. Back to Newman. Newman dribbles around a screen. Into the corner to Spikes. He drives the baseline. Goes up and under. Left the ball short. Hit off the bottom of the backboard, or the rim rather. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. We've reached our immediate timeout. 11:35 to go here in the first half. Fort Lewis coming back into the ball game. They're within 2. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Two of the highest powered offenses in the conference, and they're not letting us down so far. Both teams shooting over 50%. Thunderwolves 8 of 15, that's 53%. Fort Lewis, one better, they're 54%. They're 7 out of 13. Thunderwolves have the three-pointer. Thunderwolves only 1 of 5 from downtown, though. They break out of it here on the press. Down the lane, that's going to be a foul from behind on Josh Smith, as racing ahead was Dantes Thomas. Or, excuse me, as Daniel Hernandez, beg your pardon. 13 foul on the Thunderwolves. It will be Semendini inbounding the ball across the way. Inbound the ball to Blaylock. Yo-yos it outside. Now to Semendini. Now to Blaylock. Blaylock moves in on the right side. He's double teamed here momentarily. Thunderwolves have kind of gone into a little zone here. Here's a three-pointer on the way by Blaylock. Off the mark, no good. Rebound batted outside, comes right into the hands of Hernandez. Dishes it off. Now ball left side, driving in from the left, Semendini. Outside to Ferris. Might have walked to get behind the three-point line, and there he does walk. I think he got away with it the first time, stepping out behind the arc, but then he shuffled the feet. The big man in no man's land, and he comes out of the game as Brandon Wilson back in there. And Spikes brings the ball across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Ball on the right side. Now to high post. Williams turns. Running right-hander up off the back iron. No good. Newman with the rebound. Outside Smith. Quick fire three. Off the iron. No good. Rebound. Semendini flying in from the right side. Thunderwolves have gone cold here. Here's Blaylock. Hands the ball off to Hernandez. Hernandez way outside. It's over on the left wing to Blaylock. Blaylock way outside, dribbles around a screen, now moves in, skips it right side. Semendini comes cross court. Thomas into the corner, three-pointer on the way by Hernandez. He missed it. Flying in for a rebound, going over the top, foul on Dantes Thomas. Referee Kenneth Wilson on the call, right on the spot there. Had a nice little chat with Kenneth the last time he was in town here at Massari Arena earlier on in the year. Denver area. He likes coming down here to Pueblo, though. Who wouldn't? Ball inbounded to Rico Spikes. Spikes now across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. They lead it 17-15. Williams left side to Newman. Newman picked up there by Bach into the corner to Smith. Smith now works it outside. Now goes to Collar lobs it down low to Spikes. Fakes, goes up, missed it. Traveling on Rico Spikes. Rico kind of hesitated that time instead of going right up with it. And you know the old saying, he who hesitates, it's called for traveling usually. Here's Morse. He'll bring it across the timeline for the Skyhawks. On to the left side to Semendini. Now way outside. They work the ball around the perimeter. Blaylock into the corner. To Semendini. Skips it way out top. Now into the corner. Working in. Here's that unconventional shot. It's an air ball, though, by Blaylock, but they steal, they rebound, lay it up and in. By Semendini. Give the assist to Bach. That ties the game up. 17-17. As the Skyhawks have worked their way all the way back after trailing by 9. Baseline, Williams with it. Skips across court to Newman in the corner. Fakes the three. And he is clobbered on the sideline as he gave the old head and shoulders fake. Got Semendini in the air, and he fouled him, his first of the game. Williams out. Liggett in now for the Thunderwolves. Ball inbounded to Newman. Outside, here's Liggett for three. Off the back iron, no good. Ball batted outside, comes out to Newman. Good play there by Smith. Now to Liggett. Liggett holds it, lobs it inside to Collar. Collar will back his way in. Offensive foul on Collar, throwing the elbow. Bob Petrak did a good job getting that call. He was yelling for it. The referee said, yeah, I'll buy it. Ball inbounded here to Will Morse. Morse will bring it across the timeline for the Skyhawks. On to the left side to Hernandez. Up top to Morse. Right side to Blaylock. To Morse. Long three ball on the way. It's good. Morse from downtown, and the Skyhawks have their first lead of the night. 20-17. Thunderwolves with the ball. Spikes out on the wing. Moves in. Goes cross court to Smith. He jumps into a three ball. Got it this time. Josh Smith sights it in. Ties the game up at 20 apiece. Here's Morse at the top of the key. Right side to... And on the drive of the baseline. Layup good by Blaylock. 22-20. Thunderwolves down by 2. Whistle, foul on Collar. He's picked up another foul. It's an offensive foul, and he's out of the game now. Inbounds pass to Morse. Morse brings it across the timeline. He down to the baseline. Blaylock runs out of the lane. Keeps the dribble alive. Whoa, nifty little dribbling there. Goes crossover on Newman. In from the left. Nice pass. Layup good by Wilson. 24-20. Skyhawks, their biggest lead here of the early going. Newman with it just inside the timeline. Goes up top to Spikes, right side to Smith. Smith goes left side to Liggett. Now to Kuiper. Thought about stepping into a three, won't do it. Goes to Newman instead, works around the screen. Newman to the free throw line, goes right side. Smith will fire the three. It's good again. Josh Smith from downtown cuts the lead to 1. It's 24-23. Skyhawks on top. Morse at the top of the key. Works around the screen, kills the dribble, goes down on the block to Wilson. Turns, faces on Kuiper. He's in. Layup good. 6 points for Wilson. 26-23. Thunderwolves down by 3. Spikes now will bring it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Hands the ball off to Smith. Smith goes right side to Liggett. Liggett holds it. Up top to Kuiper. Left side to Newman. Newman works around the screen. Steps back. He'll fire the three-pointer. It's in and out. No good. Heartbreak City there. Rebound to Wilson. Outlet pass. Knocked away and stolen by... It hit me. And media timeout. 6:44 to go here in the first half. Skyhawks lead at 26-24. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, my old broadcast partner for football, 12-year-old Joe Servy just got a new hairdo down there. He got the full treatment with the silly string from Super Mascot Rocky. Kind of reminds you of that commercial, the waterbed commercial, where the guy sits there with the spray and sprays a new hairdo on. Thunderbolts down by 3. Fort Lewis with the ball here. Hernandez with it. Holds it, dribbles to the right wing, hands the ball off to Blaylock. Blaylock skips it into the corner to Morse. He'll drive the baseline, dishes into the lane. Wilson lost it, gets rid of it. Here's a drive in. Oh my! As running right into a brick wall was Daniel Hernandez as he just kind of melted off Kuiper with a big grin on his face and lost the ball out of bounds. He's too small to commit the charge there as he just bounced off Kuiper. Here's Spikes bringing it across the timeline. Hands it off to Smith. Now to Kuiper. Kuiper, left side. Kuiper's open. 3 ball on the way. Short. Thunderwolves ice cold from downtown. Only 3 of 11. Here's Morse in. Feeds it up top to Bach onto the right side. To Hernandez. Down on the baseline. Blaylock spins. Fade away. Got it. Foul. Chance for the 3-point play for Joshua Blaylock. Foul on Newman is his second. His last handful of games, he has just been having trouble staying out of foul trouble, Will Newman. Oh, Blaylock gave him the old okey doke there. For the 3-point play, it'd be his second of the game. He doesn't. He has 8. 29-23. Skyhawks with the 6-point lead. We're under 6 minutes to go here in the first half. 5:52 to be exact. Kuiper at the top of the key. Hands it off to Smith. Smith dribbles around the screen. Hands it off to Liggett. They play the weave game out here on the perimeter. Back to Kuiper. He'll step into another 3. It's on the way. Missed another one. And the long rebound to Blaylock. And starting to groan a little bit now with each miss. Feed up top. Here's a jumper by Semendini. Switch. 31-23. 8-point lead for the Skyhawks. Thunderwolves once led this game by 9 on 2 different occasions, and they take a timeout. 5:21 to go here in the first half. 31-23 Skyhawks. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Thunderwolves facing adversity here in this first half. Led by 9 early, but now they're down by 8. 17-point swing here by the Skyhawks. Inbounds pass to Rico Spikes. Way out top. Gives it off to Radakovic, who's into the game for the first time. Davon holds it. Now gives it off to Spikes. Spikes dribbles around the screen. Bumped foul. Blocking foul called on Bach. First foul on Bach. 15 foul on the Skyhawks. Williams back in now for the Thunderwolves. Inbounds pass to Spikes. Rico way outside with it. Lobs it to Radakovic. Radakovic turns, faces, lobs it underneath for Spikes. He's fouled. And that's going to be a quick foul number 2 on Rasmus Bach. Now the Thunderwolves will inbound it on the baseline. A quick substitution here is Daniel Hernandez going to check in now for Bach. Collar already on the bench for the Thunderwolves with 2. Newman has 2. Now Bach has 2. Should mention Buckman has 2 for Fort Lewis as well. Here's Spikes. Goes down low to Radakovic. He'll wheel on the baseline. Outside Liggett. Quick fire 3. Swish. Downtown. Thunderwolves stop the 7-0 run with the 3-pointer. It's 31-26. 5-point lead for the Skyhawks. Into the corner. Blaylock works around a screen. He'll quick fire. There it is. Missed it. And Williams lost the rebound. He was fouled. And who's the foul going to be on here? Foul going to be on Fort Lewis. Foul is on Semendini. And he'll have to go to the bench. Scoreboard shows him with 1. I've marked him down twice. We'll see where we made the error there. So we walk down to the other end. It'll be Williams to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1 here. Williams 69% on the year. Spins it up and in. One more for the junior out of Chino Hills, California. Takes his time. 4 dribbles, sets. On the way, looks long. It is off the back iron and the rebound to Hernandez. 31-27, Skyhawks by 4. Buckman back in the ball game with those 2 fouls. Goes right side to Morse. Drives the baseline, pulls up, flips it in. Will Morris took Liggett to the baseline and hit 33-27. Here's Spikes back the other way. In a hurry, down the lane, little jump step, missed it, but he drew the foul. That's on Riley Ferris. I think they signaled number 32, but there's no 32 out there, so they went to the next best number, 42. Spikes the line, first toss up and in. Spikes with 5 in the game. He's a 69% free throw shooter. 33-28, 1 more to come for Rico. On the way, got it. 33-29. Fort Lewis with the 4-point lead here. We're under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Ball out top, Buckman with it. Feels the dribble, hands the ball. Almost stolen away there. Hernandez comes up with it. Starts a drive into the paint. Nice dish. Ferris goes up. Missed it. Rebound, Radakovich after the good defense. Outlet pass to Williams. Hands it back to Spikes, and Spikes will bring it across the timeline. Spikes now dribbles to the left wing. Holds it, comes up top. Radakovich, long range 3. Way off the mark. And rebound to Oldham on the baseline. Lays it in. Oldham on the offensive glass. 33-31. Thunderwolves within 2. Here's Morse up top to Buckman. Ball's thrown away. Belongs to the Thunderwolves. Great defense there by Smith. He got in the passing lane, confused Hernandez, and the ball sailed out of bounds. Timeout on the court. Thunderwolves ball when we come back. Thunderwolves have worked their way back in the game after falling behind by 8. They're within 2, and they have the ball. A chance to tie it, maybe get the lead if they hit from downtown. Thunderwolves 4 of 14 from behind the arc. Fort Lewis, not any better. They're only 1 of 7 from downtown, but they're 15 of 26 overall. They're getting the job done inside on the block. Spikes brings it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Looks like a little zone defense being employed here. Beat it to Radakovich. Back pass to Williams. Underneath. Goes up with a reverse. Missed it. Radakovich down low. Missed the banker. And the rebound to Morse. Morse brings it across the timeline to the top of the key. Kills the dribble there. Hands it off now to Blaylock. Now to Hernandez. Feed it off to Blaylock. 2:40 to go here, first half. 2-point lead for the Skyhawks. Back pass right side. Ferris from downtown, he hits. 36-31. Fort Lewis on top by 5. Spikes will bring it across the timeline. To the top of the key, goes right side to Smith, into the corner to Williams. Williams to Smith, jumps it up top to Spikes. Spikes looks for a screen, gets it. Now outside Radakovich. Now drives into the paint, goes all Euro on us, lays it in. Blocking foul will count. So the big old Euro step by the Serbian. And he'll go to the line, a chance for the 3-point play. Flexing that left knee a little bit. Foul was called on Semendini, and now he has 2. Radakovich, 66% on the year. 33 out of 50. Free throw up and good. Leads the 3-point play. Thunderwolves back within 2. Here comes Blaylock across the timeline. He has 8 points in the game. Jumps it out top to Ferris. Ferris gives it off to Hernandez. Hernandez tried to go underneath. Ball kicked away and stolen by Williams. Williams ahead. Oldham in from the left. The layup blocked. And the ball saved right to Williams. Goes up in traffic. Good enough foul. It'll count. looks for the three-point hit here for Mark Williams. That was a tremendous block on the play by Semendini, but Williams got the rebound and laid it in to tie the game up. Chance for the lead right here. Free throw up, and again it's long by Williams. That was the second foul of the game on Morse. We're all tied up, 36 apiece. Blaylock on the right wing, hands the ball off. Now they go up top to Morse. Morse dribbles around traffic. Now into the corner. Hernandez, big high dribble. Moves in, goes to the baseline to Ferris. Fakes, now pops from about 10 and hits. Ferris with 9 points. 38-36. 2-point lead for the Skyhawks. Spikes brings it across the timeline. 1:20 to go here in the first half. Oldham holds it. Now gives it off to Spikes. Spikes, right side Oldham. He steps into a three ball. Off the iron, no good. And the rebound to Morse. Morse now always looking ahead. Trying to find a cutter. Dribbles to the left wing. Holds things up. Now he's trapped. Gets it outside to Ferris. Now to Hernandez. Under a minute to go here, first half. 2-point lead for the Skyhawks. Hernandez being hounded. Ball knocked free. Stolen by the Thunderwolves. Ahead of the field. Rico Spikes in from the right. Stuffs it home with two hands. 38-38. Rico, he had to strain to dunk that one, but he got up there. Here's Morse bringing it across the timeline. About a 10-second differential here. Shot and game clock. Blaylock holds it way outside. Picked up by Rico Spikes. He's going to go one-on-one here. Looks for the high screen and a reach-in foul by Rico Spikes. And that puts the Thunderwolves over the limit. By Ralph Turner, he's like me. As much stuff that goes on in a ball game, and then you call the phantom reach. I mean, that's his call you make in the 7th grade. Here's Blaylock to the free throw line. On the way, got it. Blaylock with 9. Lead back to the Skyhawks, 39-38. One more for Joshua Blaylock. 19.9 to go here in the first half. Second toss, good. Blaylock with 10. He's halfway to his season average. 40-38. Thunderwolves with their last shot here. Oldham gets it to Spikes. He gets it across the timeline. Down to 12 seconds to go. 8 seconds to go. Rico now dribbles to the right wing. Holds it, works around a screen. He'll pop the three-pointer. It's on the way off the back iron, no good. Tap try, no good. Rebound by Ferris at the buzzer. Great first half here. Very entertaining. Skyhawks escape with the 2-point lead as we go to break. Fort Lewis 40, Thunderwolves 38. Back with our halftime show right after this. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Entertained here at halftime by the jump crew of Rocky. Got his dunkers out here, the acrobatic crew. Doing a good job keeping this nice crowd on hand here tonight at Massari Arena. Biggest crowd of the year here for Thunderwolves basketball. Weren't with us earlier. Thunderwolves women, they remain undefeated. They defeated Fort Lewis 66-50. Here at halftime, Fort Lewis with the 2-point lead at the break. Thunderwolves had an early 9-point lead on a couple of different occasions. Fort Lewis came back. They had an 8-point lead before the Thunderwolves came all the way to tie it up on 2 occasions before Fort Lewis gets 2 free throws by Blaylock. End of the first half, and they lead it 40-38. Back with more of our halftime right after this. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Fans thoroughly entertained at halftime by the dunk crew that super mascot Rocky brought in. Everybody highly energized. The only thing you worry about after a big halftime show like that, a lot of the fans, they come to see Rocky. We know that. They came here for the women's game as well, the undefeated women. Now a few of them, we'll just see how many come back into the building here. A lot of them have gone out into the hallway, the concession stand. Hopefully most of them will stay here to watch the second half. You just hope there isn't an energy drain here in the building. that makes us work a little bit harder because I know a lot of those people driving on their way home, they'll pop the radio on and listen to the second half here. Thunderwolves basketball here on Fox Sports Pueblo. We also welcome our Stretch Internet feed audience here tonight. The game also being televised on Comcast Entertainment Television all around the state. Skyhawks get the ball first. They move it left to right. My name's Jim Brooks. Caitlin Norton, our producer and engineer. We sit courtside here at Massari Arena. And it will be Will Morse to trigger it in. Thunderwolves need to find a way to slow down Fort Lewis, plus they need to pick up their energy on offense. Those shooting numbers need to come closer together instead of being 60-44 right now. Here is Blaylock. He drives it right down the throat. Scoop shot up, no good. And the rebound to Williams in traffic. It's the outlet pass to Newman. Ahead to Spikes. Spikes races in from the left, goes up underneath. He missed it. He was trying to draw the foul. Doesn't get it. Bodies all over the place. Smith makes the steal, but he lost it on the baseline. It goes out of bounds off of Smith. So, Skyhawks balls. Both teams miss on their first possession. Here's Bach on the left side to Buckman. Buckman feeds it inside. Turning, facing Wilson. Backs his way in on Collar. Goes up with the right-hand hook. Missed it. And the rebound to Collar. Outlet pass to Newman. Newman across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. On the left wing, little stop-and-go move. In to the left, fakes. Dishes off the Collar. Down the lane, drew the foul. And the foul will be on the big man, Brandon Wilson. That'll be his first of the game. So that'll send Nelson Collar to the free throw line. He missed his only try in this ball game. 62% on the year. He shot in the 70s last year. For some reason, his free throw percentage just not as good this year. On the way, and he missed that one badly off to the right. Not even close. It's like a golfer missing three-footers. Once you start missing them, you keep missing them usually. One more for the big Aussie. On the way, missed them both. And the rebound to Bach. So an indifferent start, to say the least, by both teams to start this second half. We've only played 50 seconds. Ball on the left side, Buckman with it. High post to Wilson. Looking for the backdoor feed. A beauty stuffed home by Rasmus Bach. How did he get that wide open, you want to know? 4 points for Bach. 42-28. 4-point lead for the Skyhawks. Here's Spikes up top to Williams. Down low to Collar. He's in the paint. Wheels goes up with the right hand and lays it in. Collar with 8. 42-40. Inbounds pass to Morse. Morse with a big grin. He's trying to draw a foul there on Newman. They both share a laugh coming up the court. Ball left side. Oh, Smith went for the steal. Doesn't quite get it. Well, you can always tell when there's a TV audience in here. We've got some wild-looking dress across the way. Inbounds pass. Into Wilson. Wilson on the left side to Morse. Morse dribbles around a screen onto the right wing. He palms it. No call. We might get one tonight. Here's Bach. Shot blocked, but it goes in. Collar blocked it off the backboard, but it still went in. Bach has 6. 44-40. Here's Newman on the right wing. Pushed off, got away with it. Goes left side. Here's Smith for 3, way off the mark. Tap try by Collar, no good. Rebound loose in the corner, picked up by Blaylock. Blaylock across the timeline for the Skyhawks. He'll dribble out, way out. Timeline now moves in, steps back. Here's that three-pointer on the way, swish. Blaylock with 13. It's one of the most uncanny-looking shots you've ever seen in your life, but it goes in. 47-40. Ball left side. Spikes fakes the three, goes outside. Williams is open. 3 ball on the way. Missed it. Spikes taps it in. Spikes down on the block with the right hand. Big hoop there for the Thunderwolves to try to stay in contact. They're down 5, 47-42. Morse brings it across the timeline. Right side to Bach, into the corner to Blaylock. Oh, nice try. Step back. Oh, it's so smooth. Swish. 15 for Blaylock. He's feeling it. 49-42. Thunderwolves down by 7. Newman skips across court to Spikes. Spikes up top to Williams. Gives it off. Down to Smith. Smith to Williams. Left side to Spikes. Spikes and threw it away. He was trying to get it down low to Collar, and the ball was stolen away by the Skyhawks. Here comes Morse across the timeline. Top of the key. Thought he might step into one there. Hands it off to Wilson. Wilson back to Morse. Uses him as a screen. They switch, but Morse gets away and flips the jumper in. 2-point shot by Morse. He has 7. Timeout taken by the Thunderwolves. They're down by 9. Biggest deficit of the game. Fort Lewis leads at 51-42. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, it was kind of a slow, indifferent start to the second half for the Thunderwolves. And they're paying the price right now as Fort Lewis. Joshua Blaylock, he can take over a game at any moment, and he's flipped home a couple of jumpers to get the Skyhawks some separation. They lead it by 9 here, 51-42. They continue to shoot it. They're even better now. They're up to 63% for the game, 71% here in the second half. Thunderwolves, 40% here in the half, 44% for the game. Newman on the right wing, goes up top to Williams. Williams back to Newman. To Williams. Holds it, now goes to Newman. To Williams. Looking for Collar, they have him. Turns, fires it off. Oldham in from the right, lays it in. Nice pass there from Collar. And Oldham has 4. 51-44. Thunderwolves down by 7. Now they got to do it on the defensive end. They got to slow down this Fort Lewis train. Here's Bach on the left baseline. Skips it way outside to Buckman. He dribbles in on Williams. Offensive foul on Buckman. Third foul of the game on Buckman. He can't believe it. Takes out that cheesy mouth guard he chews on all the time. Argues his case. Now, as he did in the first half, he can go to the bench and chew on it some more. Timeout on the court. 15:56 to go here in the second half. Skyhawks lead it by 7. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 51-44. Thunderwolves down by 7, but they've got a hoop here. They cut the lead from 9 down to 7, and they get the offensive foul turnover on Buckman. So now a chance to cut into it a little further here. Full court pressure here by Fort Lewis, but it's just man-to-man pressure. They back out of it. Blaylock gets right up on Newman. Beat it down low. Collar wheels and banks it in. 10, 51-46. Thunderwolves down by 5. Here is Morse. Gives it to Bach. Bach on the right wing. Up top. Semedeni. Now left side to Morse. Morse dribbles around a screen. Kills the dribble. Oh, nice backdoor feed, but it goes right off the hands of Wilson, who was in. He threaded the needle with that pass. I don't know if Wilson expected it to come all the way through there, and he fumbled it away out of bounds. So Thunderwolves another chance here to cut into it a little bit more. Here comes Newman, bringing it across the timeline. Under the right wing, jumps it inside to Collar. Collar wheels. Goes up with the right hand. Doesn't get it to drop, but he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul on Wilson is his second. Collar to the line to shoot a pair. Nelson has missed 3 free throws in the game, 0 for 3. And he hits this one. Thunderwolves is the team now, only 5 of 10 from the stripe. And in these ultra-close, critical ball games, when you're trying to put yourself in position to win a conference title, you got to hit the free throws. On the way, got them both this time. 12 points for Collar. It's 51-48. 3-point lead for the Skyhawks. It was just 9 a moment ago. Ball into the corner. Here's Bach. Bach holds it, goes down on the block. Ferris turns, fires, no. Foul on Collar. I think he pushed off with the hip. And the foul on Collar is his third.
He never moved his feet. He stood right there.
Collar's going to have to come out of the ball game. Free throw on the way. It's good by Ferris. He's in double figures with 10. Kuiper checks in. Collar has to come out. So Thunderbolts now up against it with Collar with those 3 fouls. How long will he stay on the bench here? 15-minute mark. Free throw good. Ferris has 11. Bright spot off the bench in this game for the Skyhawks. They're up by 5. That stops the run. It's 6 straight by the Thunderwolves. Here's Oldham, has the ball knocked away, fouled in the backcourt. And Blaylock paid a heavy price for committing the foul. He fouled him with his face as he took the shot right to the, I don't know if it was the mouth or the eye area. He's not feeling too good about it. He'll be all right, though. I think he took it right to the chops the way he's grimacing. Inbounds pass to Newman. Thunderbolts down by 5. Newman dribbles to the right wing. Gets a screen. They plays pick and roll with Kuiper into the corner. 3-pointer on the way. In and out. No good. Williams with a rebound in the paint. Missed it. Oldham has it in traffic. Goes up and he is fouled by Blaylock. So Oldham stayed with it there. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Donovan on the year, 76% free throw shooter. Thunderbolts are the team here tonight, 6 for 11. Redshirt freshman out of Rampart High School, and he rattles that one in. 53-49. Well, earlier this year was the Skyhawks that overcame a 18-point second-half deficit. Here the Thunderbolts trying to overcome this 9-point deficit. They've got it down to 3 again. 53-50. 3-point lead for the Skyhawks. Blaylock. Way out of the wing. Dribbles around. Oh, nice crossover drill. And he goes up. Missed it, though. And the rebound to Oldham. That was an ankle breaker, that move. Here's Newman. In from the right. Into the paint. Cut off. Goes outside. Kuiper thought about the 3. Won't take it. Drives in from the right. Layup. No. Rebound to Williams. He lays it in. Here come the Thunderwolves. They're within 1. 53-52. 14 minutes to go. Here's second half. Ball left side. Semendeni goes right side to Bach. Bach into the corner. Holds it there. Trying to get it down on the block. Finds Ferris. Nice dish. Layup good. By Semendeni. He has a great interior passing there. 55-52. Thunderwolves down by 3. Newman being worked on here by Blaylock. Some nifty dribbling to get away from the moment, but he's right back on him. Hands it off. Here's Smith. Quick fire 3 on the way. It's way short. Air ball. Smith was trying to tie the game up there, but might have been hit. The ball didn't come close. Here's Blaylock. Dribbles around a screen. Kuiper went for the reach. Now, quick fire 3 by Blaylock. It's good. My goodness. 18 points for Blaylock. 58-52. 6-point lead for the Skyhawks. You just got to stay with it. If you're the Thunderwolves, you got to accept that Blaylock's going to hit shots like that. Here's Smith. Dribbling around a screen. Gives it off to Oldham. Oldham. Now to Kuiper. Kuiper steps back. Goes to Williams on the right wing. Trying to set some interior screens there to free up Kuiper. Doesn't work. Now to Oldham. Now to Newman. 7 on the shot clock. Newman now works around the screen. Oh, man, he's bumped outside. No call. Now Newman from way downtown. Off the iron. No good. Rebound to Semendeni. Here's the feed up ahead to Blaylock. Blaylock way outside with it. 6-point lead for the Skyhawks. Look for Blaylock. Oh, there's another little ankle breaker down the lane. He is clobbered by Kuiper. And the foul is before the shot. They don't say he's in the act of shooting, so it'll be on the baseline. Foul on Kuiper is his second. Spike's back in the game. Newman out. So it'll be Semendeni to inbound it on the baseline for the Skyhawks. Lobs it way outside. Gets it to Blaylock. Works around a screen. Goes right side. The box skips it cross court. Semendeni in the corner. He walked with the ball. Well, the ball turned over to the Thunderwolves. They dodged the bullet for the moment here. Down by 6. Morse back in the game. And Rasmus Bach comes out of there. Now it's Dantes Thomas in, and Blaylock going to get a little rest here. We're right before the next media timeout, so they're going to steal an extra minute here. You're going to try to do for Blaylock. Inbounds pass to Spikes. He won't be out of the game for long, trust me. Spikes brings it across the timeline. Hands it off to Kuiper at the top of the key. Turns, now goes to Spikes. Now to Kuiper, trying to post up Oldham down inside. And that's going to be a holding foul on Thomas. Thomas on the foul. Second of the game. We've got a timeout on the court. 11:58 to go, second half. The Skyhawks lead at 58-52. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 58-52. Thunderwolves down by 6. They had it back within 1 moments ago at 53-52, but 5 in a row by Joshua Blaylock has the lead back to 6. Inbounds pass to Spikes on the left wing. Into the corner to Smith. Smith up top to Spikes. Spikes way outside with it. Yo-yoing it outside. Now goes up top to Kuiper. Looks back door to Oldham. Not open. Now Kuiper can launch the jumper. It's in and out. No good. Rebound. Belongs to Hernandez. And he gets the outlet pass to Morse. Morse up to Hernandez. Hernandez down into the corner to Thomas. Thomas up top to Hernandez. Hernandez at the top of the key. Starts a drive on Smith. Steps back. Launches the three-pointer short. Rebound to Kuiper. He flopped on the play trying to draw the foul. Here's Oldham in from the right. Drives the baseline. Cut off there. Goes up top to Kuiper. In from the right. Fakes. Goes up with the right hand. Hook and lays it in. Kuiper finally connects his first field goal of the game. It's 58-54. 4-point lead for the Skyhawks. Here's Morse with it. Onto the left side to Thomas. Thomas going to drive the baseline. He's in. Shot blocked by Williams. And the rebound to Kuiper. Outlet pass to Spikes. Spikes across the timeline. Fires it into the corner to Smith. Back up top to Spikes. Spikes now settles things down. Probing. Looking inside. Wanted Williams down on the block. Doesn't get it to him. Now he'll work around the screen to the free throw line. Steps back. Now down low on the block. Turnaround. Shot no good by Kuiper. Ralph Turner upset with Kuiper on that shot selection there. Timeout taken by the Skyhawks. 10:25 to go here in the second half. 4-point lead for Fort Lewis. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Massari Arena. Head coach Bob Petrak sensing a little something there. Wanted to get a timeout. Wants a good opportunity here for his Fort Lewis ball club here. Here's Morse on the right wing. Tried to go down low. Ball kicked into the corner. Goes right to Blaylock. He dribbles out of there. Rico Spikes trying to guard him. Oh, he drives right around him. In from the right. Draws the foul. Missed the shot, but the foul will be on Kuiper. He is just too much to handle for anybody for the Thunderwolves right now. And Blaylock will go to the line for a pair.
Josh, that's going to be you in the lane waiting.
Free throw up and good. Blaylock with 19. He had 10 in the first half. He's got 9 here in the second half. You get the feeling he might go for about 30 tonight before it's over. Second toss, good. 60-54. 6-point deficit now for the Thunderwolves. They face some full court pressure here. It's just token pressure. They're going to back off them here. Spikes will bring it across the timeline. Left side, Oldham. Now way out top to Spikes, back to Oldham. Oldham moves in, now to Spikes, up top. Smith jumps it into the corner to Oldham, drives the baseline, and he throws it away. And that'll earn Donovan Oldham a ticket to the bench as Gavin Liggett checks in. So Fort Lewis, they lead it by 6, and they have the basketball here as we're halfway through this second half. 9:40 to be exact. Here's Blaylock. A various array of dribbles. Bad pass as Smith chases down the cross-court feed, hands it off to Spikes. Spikes across the timeline. Collar is back in the game. They throw it high, and it goes off the backboard. Ahead of the field, here is Blaylock. Left-hander up and in. Blaylock with 22. It's 62 to 54. Thunderwolves in a bit of bother right now. Spikes across the timeline. Lobs it down low for Collar. He's in. Layup good. Collar has 14. How long will he play before he picks up number 4? That's the question. And Smith goes for another steal, doesn't get it. Semendini pulls up, jumper on the way, good, and he is fouled. As Smith decked him after the shot. He might have flopped a little bit, but he did hit him. So a chance for the three-point play. This could match the biggest lead of the game right here for Fort Lewis. Semendini to the free throw line. He is a 78% free throw shooter. You got to like his chances, and he spins it in there. He has 11. 65-56. Thunderwolves down by 9. Here's Spikes on the right corner of the key. Up top to Williams. Looking for Collar. Finds him on the block. Double teamed outside to Smith. Right back to Collar. Backs his way in. Goes up with the right hand. Hook off the back iron. He went over the back. Didn't get called for it. Rebound to Morse. Thunderwolves fortunate there. Long down court feed. Blaylock drives the baseline. Steps back on Liggett. Liggett pokes the ball out of bounds. Inbound the ball to Blaylock, handed off to Morse. 15 on the shot clock. Chance to get the lead into double figures here. Fake, nice move. Bach pulls up, 15-footer, good. Rasmus Bach with 8, 67-56. There's that 11-point lead. And we talked about it earlier this year. Thunderbolt's going to take a timeout. 8:06 to go here, second half. Fort Lewis has opened up an 11-point lead. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. An iHeartRadio station. Online at foxsportspueblo.com and on your phone with your iHeartRadio app. KCCY Pueblo.
$67-56. Thunderwolves find themselves down by 11. Fort Lewis overcame an 18-point second-half deficit earlier this year. Now Thunderwolves have blood here as Mark Williams is going to have to come over to the bench.
They got a chance to wipe it off.
Now they go to work on Mark Williams as they neutralize the blood spill on his T-shirt. So no timeout charged. Great eyes by Kenneth Wilson across the way there, spotting the flow. I don't think he was bleeding. I think it was just blood on the shirt. Here's Williams backing his way in. That's got to be a tripping foul. Semendini was saying, hey, that was a charge, wasn't it? He throws a rolling body block, and he still has the presence of mind to ask for the charge. Foul number 3 on Semendini. And at the free throw line, it is Mark Williams. He's missed 2 in a row in this game. 1 of 3. Front end of the 1-on-1. He clanked another one. Here's Morris across the timeline. Fort Lewis a chance to expand on their lead here. Feed up top, they throw it away, but it's saved by the quick hands of Joshua Blaylock. Get ready for the ankle breaker here on Gavin Liggett. Oh, he shoved off with the elbow, no call. Here's the feed outside. Block, jumper, no good. Rebound to Williams. And he has the ball stripped away and stolen. Last touch by Williams. As Semendini picked his pocket, and then the ball went out of bounds off of Williams. Newman back in the game. Kuiper back in the game. Collar out. Somebody else snuck out one I didn't see. Liggett came out. Okay. Inbound. Oh, nice dish. Denny stuffs it home with 2 hands. He has 13. He's been a difference maker in this second half. 7 in a row by the Skyhawks. They lead at 69-56. Ball on the left side to Spikes. Spikes to the top of the key. Goes up top to Smith. Now to Kuiper. Won't take the 3. Goes down low to Spikes, and he lays it. Spikes with 12. That stops the run. 69-58. Now the Thunderbolts got to play some defense. Fort Lewis continuing to shoot over 60% in the game. They lob it down low. Harrison in the corner. Ball knocked away by Newman, but it comes right back into the hands of Morse. Now hands it off. Blaylock says, clear out. I'm going one-on-one, boys. Here we go. Nice drive to the hoop. Oh, he tried to dish it off. Ball batted outside. Right to Bach. Three-pointer swish. All things turning up gold here for the Skyhawks. 72-58. Newman drives around. Blaylock goes in from the right, lays it in. Newman has 7. 72-60. Morse brings it across the timeline. Skips it onto the right side to Semendeni. Semendeni now yo-yoing it outside. Holds it there. Kills the dribble. Looks back door. Ball knocked loose by Smith, but it comes right back into the hands. Fort Lewis getting to every loose ball. Now it's time for Blaylock to go one-on-one again. 5 on the shot clock. Here goes the crossover. Step back 3. Drew the foul on Newman. And that'll be 3 free throws for Blaylock. First one up and in. Second toss, swish. Now a chance for the hat trick for Joshua Blaylock. For Blaylock, 75-60. Newman way outside. Thunderbolts down by 15. Desperate straights now. Here's Newman, down low foul on Bach. And that will send Rico Spikes to the line to shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. He's right, Kenneth. He's right. Spikes at the line. Run into the 1-and-1 is up short. Rebound right back to Smith, and he banks it in. Josh Smith has 8. 75-62. Inbounds pass. They got a chance for the steal. Bach gets it across the timeline. On the right wing. Lobs it cross court to Wilson. Up top to Morse. Drives in. Stops. Goes to Wilson on the baseline. Drives in on Kuiper. Offensive foul. I'm not so sure about that one. This Kuiper kind of dived underneath him. Wilson. And delay a game here on Fort Lewis is the call. So Thunderbolts ball here after the offensive charge called. .23 to go here in the second half. They gave Semendeni a chance to tie his shoe there. Inbounds pass to Spikes. He'll bring it across the timeline. Hands the ball off to Smith. Left side to Kuiper. He's open. 3 ball on the way. Way off the mark. It was an air ball. Rebound to Blaylock. Not been a great night for Braden Kuiper shooting the basketball. Down into the corner. Semendeni. Moving in as Morse goes to the baseline to Bach. Backs his way in on Spikes. Nice move. Missed the shot, though. Rebound loose, and they chase it down in the corner. Last touch by Bach. Bob Petrak trying to get an overrule there. Not going to get it. Collar going to check in now for the Thunderwolves, and Kuiper comes out. Here's Newman in the backcourt, gets it across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. 4:45 to play here. They're down 13. Got to start going in a hurry. Here's Collar underneath. He lays it in. 75-64. Now you got to do it on the defensive end. That's tough against this unit. Here's Bach in for the right. He lost it, and he stepped out of bounds. Turnover to the Thunderwolves. So that helps. Kind of an unforced error there by Rasmus Bach. Somebody you don't expect to make that kind of mistake. Inbounds pass to Spikes. Spikes now will bring it up across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Up top to Collar. Turns, spaces. Hands it to Williams. Williams down the lane, in from the right, missed it. He just flipped it off the glass trying to draw a call, and Bach gets the rebound. Here in the backcourt, Morse gets rid of it to Bach. Bach now in from the left, hands it off to Semendeni, now way outside to Morse. Morse dribbles to the right side. Goes back outside, and all those loose balls, they come right to Fort Lewis. That was a bad pass, but there was Bach to handle it way outside. Lob it underneath. Here is Wilson. Missed it, but he was fouled. Foul is on Rico Spikes. Media timeout. 3:45 to play here in the second half. Fort Lewis leads at 75-64. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. 65-64. Thunderwolves down by 11. Thunderwolves only 4 of 23 from downtown in the game. Braden Kuiper 0 for 7. Smith 2 for 6. Coleman 1 for 4. Those are the biggest culprits in that poor shooting percentage. Free throw up off the back iron, no good by Brandon Wilson. Gives the Thunderwolves a real hope here. One more. For the junior out of Littleton. He went to Columbine High School. He hits the second. 76-64. 7 points for Wilson. Spikes brings it across the timeline. Dribbles to the right wing. Trying to find Collar. Instead, they go to Smith for 3. Way off the mark. Foul batted outside right to Morse. Morse now being tracked down in the backcourt. Gets rid of it. Gets it ahead to Blaylock. 3:20 to go here. Now Fort Lewis will start to run some clock, and they got it in the hands of Blaylock, who can go one-on-one anytime he wants. Now we've got a problem. We got some blood out on the court, as it looks like Nelson Collar has a cut on his hand. Yep, cut on his finger there. And they escort him right over to the sideline. Radakovic checks in. That looked painful with the old fingernail ripped. And here's the inbounds pass. Blaylock has it. 8 on the shot clock. Blaylock can go one-on-one. Here's a little crossover. Ready for the ankle breaker. Down the lane. Flips it up with the left hand. Missed it. But it goes right to Wilson. Blocked from behind. Foul on Rico Spikes. It's almost like Blaylock threw it up there off the rim, knowing if he did miss it, Wilson was going to be there to clean up his mess. And Wilson to the line to shoot a pair. Free throw up and good. Second toss, he missed it, but there they get the rebound. Semendeni chases it down in the corner. They're getting to all the loose balls in this second half. 50-50 balls have been more like 90-10 in their favor. Here's Morse handling it, gives it off to Bach. Now Bach starts a drive, and the ball kicked away, and that's going to reset the shot clock to 15. As Radakovich with the kick save and a beauty. 2:40 to go. 77-64. Fort Lewis with the lead. Morse now to trigger it in on the baseline. Gets it into the corner to Blaylock. Blaylock dribbles around a screen. There's our one palming call of the game. We know we're going to get it one time a game, and it took them 37 minutes to make the call. Blaylock can't believe it because they never call it until right now. Thunderwolves with the turnover. Here's Newman. He starts a drive. Step back. Jumper on the baseline. Missed it badly. Rebound batted out of bounds. Last touch by the Thunderwolves. It belongs to the Skyhawks. Thunderwolves now have to go with full court pressure. Into the ball game, Daniel Hernandez. Semendeni comes out, so they got an extra ball handler out there. And Bach, he's a good ball handler. So you got 4 ball handlers out there, and you got Wilson who can clean things up when they drive it to the hoop. Thunderwolves with full court pressure. Ball knocked away, almost had to steal, but again, the loose ball. Somehow Blaylock gets it. Now the Thunderwolves have it, and Blaylock fouls Josh Smith on the breakaway. So to the free throw line goes Josh Smith. Double bonus time. Free throw up and good. Well, Josh Smith on the air. Need I say it? Perfect. 10 for 10. Second toss. Oh, it came close, but he rattles it in. 77-66. 11-point lead for the Skyhawks. Full court pressure. They get it in to Morse. Morse double team, gets rid of it. To Hernandez. He dribbles it across the timeline. On the fly. Cut off, gets it outside now to Bach. Bach breaks the double team, and he's fouled by Williams. First foul of the night on Mark Williams. So it'll be the front end of the 1-and-1 here. Thunderwolves need some magic. They need Fort Lewis to miss a couple of these front ends. Make them pay on the other end. That's a big wish. Rasmus Bach, 83% on the year. This is 133rd try of the year. He missed 2 free throws inexplicably in the first half, but he hits here. (78-66). One more for Bach. On the way, got them both. 13 in the game for Rasmus Bach. 79-66. Thunderwolves down by 13. Here's Newman in from the right. Running right-hander good. 79-68. Thunderwolves with full court pressure here. They got to start turning them over. It's their only hope. Inbounds pass to Blaylock. He breaks the double team, breaks the triple team. They get it ahead. Feed into the corner for Wilson, and then he is fouled by Williams. So I'll send Wilson to the free throw line. He's the weak link out there for the Skyhawks. Only a 52% free throw shooter. So as soon as he touched it, the Thunderwolves, like Thunderwolves looking for dinner right there. Foul number 2 on Williams. Wilson, 23 of 44 on the year. He's 2 of 4 in this ball game, so he's right on schedule. You just hope he misses here if you're a Thunderwolf fan. And he missed it badly, way off the mark. Liggett with a rebound. Thunderwolves need to start getting some threes here. Into the court. Well, Williams wide open. He lays it in underneath the hoop. 79-70. 1:30 to go. And timeout taken by the Skyhawks. 1:30 to go. Thunderwolves not quite dead yet. They're on life support, but they're battling. 79-70. Skyhawks on top. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. (79-70). Thunderwolves have gotten it under 10 now. And they have taken the weak link shooting free throws out of the game. Wilson's out, so they bring Ferris in. He's a better free throw shooter, 75%. Morse on the inbounds, gets it in to Hernandez. Now back to Morse. Morse gets rid of it. Hernandez skips across court to Blaylock. He gets it across the timeline. Splits the double team. Drives the baseline. Keeps the dribble alive. Doing his best curly knee. And that's an offensive foul as he threw the elbow. Wow. Fortunate call there for the Thunderwolves. Fourth foul of the game on Blaylock. 1:16 to go. Newman across the timeline for the Thunderwolves. Dribbles to the top of the key. Steps back, pulls up, mid-range flip, up and in. Newman has 11. 79-72. Here comes the full court pressure. Gets it into Blaylock. Blaylock in the backcourt. Now back to Morse. Morse now, he'll get it across the timeline. They go for the trap. They get it ahead, and now fouled on the play is the big man, Riley Ferris. Now Ferris will go to the line to shoot a pair. Third foul on Williams. Double bonus time, so he'll be shooting a pair. Free throw up and in and out, no good. Thunderwolves still with life here. Got that one. So 1 out of 2 for Ferris. I've talked a lot with Ralph Turner about this situation. He said, you just got to lengthen the game. You got to make it go as long as possible here. You got to trade them 2 for 1, 3 for 1 anytime you can. Here's Williams up top. Now driving into the paint. Goes up, running left-hander. Missed it short. Tapped up. No. Tapped again. In. Williams with 11. 80-74. 2-possession game. Ball batted away on the inbounds. It'll stay with Fort Lewis. Delay a game warning on the Thunderwolves. Ralph Turner incensed here. Ralph Turner wants them to go to the video replay, I believe, here. They won't do it. So it'll be Morse that triggered in on the inbounds. Full court pressure. They get it into Blaylock. Trapped on the baseline. They got him in a pickle. And he gets it stolen by Newman. Three-pointer in the corner. Missed it. Tap try. No good. Foul. 3 free throws upcoming for Will Newman. Foul is on Hernandez. 3 free throws coming up for Will Newman. 36 seconds to go. It could be a 3-point basketball game if he hits all 3 of these. You'd expect him to. 87% free throw shooter, but nothing's been a given here tonight.
Hey, I need a clarification. Can you help me? Yes, I'm banging your interest. You're telling me a guy can take it out of bounds, go a bounce pass, and
First free throw good. Here's Newman, second toss, and he missed that one. Man, oh man, you just expect your junior point guard to hit all 3 here to really tighten the noose, but he missed that one. Second toss, or third toss, and he missed 2 of them, and Blaylock gets the rebound. Outlet pass to Morse. Long down court feed to Bach. Goes cross court to Hernandez. Back to Bach. Lost it in the lane. Ball loose in the lane. On the deck. Foul on the Thunderwolves on Williams. Boy, they had a loose ball down there for an eternity, but as it's been going this entire second half, Fort Lewis getting to every loose ball, it seems. 4th foul on Williams. Boy, those 2 missed free throws, they just take the air out of the building here. Could have been a 3-point game. But instead now, Fort Lewis a chance to get the lead back to 7 if they hit a pair. At the line, Semendeni. Free throw good. 14 for Semendeni. 5.6 seconds to go. Second toss up, good for Seminary. 82-75. Thunderwolves down by 7. Newman races it into the forecourt. They can't waste any time here. Newman dribbling around the screen, gets rid of it, hands it off to Spikes. Spikes moves in, down low, bad pass. Williams chases down out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. It'll belong to Fort Lewis with 12.5 seconds to go. Inbounds pass. Here's Morse with it in the backcourt. Thunderwolves not electing to foul her. They go for the steal. They don't get it. Feed it up ahead. Semendenny. Cross-court feed. Here's Hernandez. Lays it in. 3 seconds to go. Here's Newman. Three-pointer at the buzzer. Short. Fort Lewis, they hold on. They stay in first place at the end of this night. They win it 84-75. Back with our post-game show. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Fort Lewis, they win it 84-75. They are now 15-2 in RMAC play. Tough loss for the Thunderwolves to take, but now they have dropped down now to 13-4 in conference play. A full 2 games back of Fort Lewis, plus losing the head-to-head matchup with the Skyhawks. Come back, we'll talk to Ralph Turner. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves go down to defeat tonight 84-75. And joining us now, the head coach, Ralph Turner. And Ralph, your initial thoughts of the ball game?
I thought that it was a great game. I thought their team really played well. I give them full credit. I thought their guys really showed up. I thought Laylock had a great second half. Really had a great first half, too. Look, there's no secrets. You shoot 4 for 24 and 11 for 20. You're not going to beat a great team. Right? And they're a great team. They've only lost in 2 years. They've lost how many games? Right now they're sitting at how many losses?
2 losses.
2? No, I think they got 3 overall. They're 20-3.
Okay, well in the conference. Yeah.
So last year I think they finished 28-3.
Right.
So they're 48-6 in 2 years.
Yeah, they know how to win.
Yeah, let's give them full credit. And the role players tonight. Simonetti has 15 and 11.
Yep. Ferris came off the bench for 12.
Yes, and now he's just a freshman too.
Right.
He's playing with a knee injury. But I thought that we did a better job with him in the second half. But we could not stop Laylock, and that falls on me. We got to come up with a better scheme to play against him. But I give them full credit. I think they're a very, very good team. This does not end our season. We got plenty of games left, but we got a tough one on Tuesday night with New Mexico Highlands, who has great athletes coming in, and we'll have to rally the troops, and we'll find out a little bit about our character.
Yeah, you'd like one more shot at Fort Lewis somewhere down the line. That could be a great ball game to try to see if they could earn the hat trick against you. But in this ball game, you had the lead early on, had a lot of energy, had I think it was an 8-point lead, maybe a 9-point lead at 2 occasions, 13-4, 15-6, but they kind of settled down and just couldn't slow them down. They were hitting a number of shots. Shot 60% in the first half, 60% in the second half. That's tough to beat.
Not going to win doing that. They were shooting layups. But let's admit it. I mean, they played well, but even we had a ball that's tipped out from laying on the floor and it rolls right to a guy for a wide open 3. You know, sometimes the balls bounce your way and sometimes they don't, but they're well coached. I thought my kids really competed. I thought if we could have made those 2 free throws at the end.
Yeah, got it to a 3-point game.
Yes, all of a sudden then it gets a little tighter, doesn't it?
Yes, the noose tightens.
Yes, but let's give them credit for what they've done the last 2 years, and we just got to, we're still climbing that hill trying to get where we want to go, but we've got plenty of games left that we can really sort of sharpen our pencil a little bit more for the final exam.
Well, you've got tough battles. You mentioned Tuesday night. It's a tough week here, really, when you consider last night, tonight. Got to play Tuesday. You got to go on a long road trip, play in Salt Lake City on Friday night. It's going to test the mettle of your ball club this week.
4 games in 8 days, right?
Yep. NBA schedule type thing,
hey,
Ralph.
Well, I'm saying if you're a college player and you don't like this, there's something wrong with you, right?
All right. Well, we'll be back on Tuesday night. We'll be ready to go.
Jimbo, I'm ready, man. Thanks.
All right. Super Bowl tomorrow. Enjoy it.
All
right. Ralph Turner, the head coach of the Thunderwolves.
Jim, I never heard your prediction. Who
it's New England.
New England all the way up?
By 10. I don't want it to be that way, but
do you know what I heard for the first time ever today?
Yeah, what's that?
I heard betting lines of who's going to be the heaviest running back, who's going to weigh the most, who scores a touchdown. They're betting on that. How about that?
Well,
have you ever even heard of that?
Find a heavy hitter out there. I'll call our buddies over in Vegas.
How about this one? There's never been a field goal over 46 yards in the Super Bowl ever.
Really?
How about that? So that was one of the bets.
That's one to chew on.
Yeah, that was a bet that was like, so the odds were, what's the odds that somebody will kick one? But I was listening to that today when I was grabbing lunch, waiting for our day.
So Scott Norwood could not only be the hero of a lifetime, but he could have won a Super Bowl and had the longest field goal ever. Instead, it's wide right.
Jimbo, thanks so much.
All right, Ralph Turner, head coach of the Thunderbolts. Back with more right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. And welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderbolts go down to defeat here tonight, 84-75 to the Skyhawks of Fort Lewis. Let's go ahead and recap the ball game for you, shall we? Thunderbolts jumped out early. They led it early and often. They had it up to a 9-point lead at 15-6. Fort Lewis would reel them in, eventually tying the game at 17 apiece. We were tied at 20 each. Thunderwolves were down 24-23 when Fort Lewis ripped off 7 in a row to lead it by 8, 31-23. But the Thunderwolves, then they came back, reeled them in, had it to 33-31. A 3-point shot by Fort Lewis had them back out on top, 36-31. But the Thunderwolves, they kept coming. They tied the game up at 38 apiece before Blaylock hit a couple of free throws late in the first half to give them a 2-point lead going into the locker room. The second half, Thunderbolts had kind of an indifferent start to the second half, missed a number of close-in opportunities. Fort Lewis then able to go on a run. They led it 51-42. Back came the Thunderbolts, so they scored 6 in a row, got it to 51-48, got it to within 1 at 53-52. But Fort Lewis then scored 5 in a row. Again, it was that man Blaylock going off. He had 5 straight to get him a 6-point lead. Again, the Thunderbolts would try to make a game of it. They got within 4 at 58-54. They then trailed it at 62-56. That's when Fort Lewis really took off. They scored 7 in a row, led it 69-56, pushed the lead to 15 when they led it 75-50. Kind of stayed that way for a while until the Thunderbolts late. They started to make some hay on their press, got it under 9 at 79-70, continued to come. They got it to 80-74 with 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Had Will Newman at the free throw line. He hit the first. He was fouled shooting a 3-pointer after stealing the ball on the inbounds in the corner. He was fouled by Hernandez. He hit the first to make it 80-75, but then the 87% free throw shooter missed the next 2. I think he just ran out of gas, folks. I think he was dead tired, running all over the place, and his legs just weren't there on the next 2. Missed them. Fort Lewis then hit a couple free throws to go up 82-75, and they hold on to win it 84-75 is the final score. Let's take a look at the numbers here tonight. Josh Blaylock, potential player of the year in the RMAC, probably gets my vote right now. He had 25 points tonight, 7 of 15 from the field, 9 of 9 from the free throw line. He leads all scorers with 25 points. They had 4 players in double figures tonight. Alex Semendeni came off the bench. He had 15 points. Bach with 13. Thomas with 12. Brandon Wilson with 8. Morse with 7. And Hernandez with 4. 30 of 49 from the field tonight were the Skyhawks. That's 61%. 5 of 12 from downtown. That's 42%. 19 of 25 from the free throw line. 76%. Thunderbolts, 5 players in double figures tonight, led by Nelson Collar. He finished 7 of 9 from the field. 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Finishes with 16 points. Newman and Spikes with 12 apiece. Williams had 11. And Josh Smith with 10. Oldham off the bench with 6. Radakovich with 3. Liggett with 3. Kuiper with 2. Thunderwolves 30 of 65 from the field. That's 46%. Not bad, but not up to Thunderwolves' expectations. But here's the big number. 4 of 24 from downtown. That's only 17% in the game. Plus, they were paltry from the free throw line. 11 of 20. That's 55%. Fort Lewis out-rebounded them tonight, 35-29. Leading rebounder, Semendeni. What a game he had. 11 rebounds as well. So a double-double for the man off the bench. And he played inspired basketball here tonight for the Skyhawks. Morris had 6. Blaylock with 5. For the Thunderwolves, their leading rebounder was Mark Williams with 7. Collar and Spikes had 4 apiece. 13 assists for the Skyhawks tonight, led by Morse, who had 3. Ferris off the bench, had 3 as well. Newman and Spikes with 3 apiece to lead the way for the Thunderwolves. 17 turnovers tonight for Fort Lewis. They turned it over a lot there late in the game. Thunderwolves with only 10 turnovers tonight. Thunderwolves with 4 block shots. Collar with 3. All of them came in the first half. 1 block shot on the night for Fort Lewis. 6 steals tonight for the Thunderwolves. 3 for Josh Smith, 2 for Williams. Only 1 steal tonight. That belonged to Brandon Wilson for Fort Lewis. Biggest lead on the night for the Thunderwolves was 9 on 2 different occasions. Their last big lead was at 15-6. Biggest lead of the night for Fort Lewis was 15 when they led it 75-60. Game was tied on, what we have? Ties on 3 different occasions. We were tied at 2. We were tied again at 17. We were tied again at 20. On the night, we had, what do we have? 1 lead change? Yes, 1 lead change, and that's when Fort Lewis took the lead at 20-17. Thunderwolves then tied them at 20-20, but after that they led from there on out. The Thunderwolves, we were tied once again at 38, beg your pardon, so another tie there. So 4 ties on the night, and now that I look, another tie at 36. So that's what I get for not doing all my homeworks. Final score, 84-75. Fort Lewis wins it. Back with a quick scoreboard show before we wrap things up right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo. Welcome back to Massari Arena. Thunderwolves go down to defeat tonight 84-75. Let's give you a quick rundown of the scores around the conference. We'll start on the women's side. Thunderwolves women win tonight. They remain undefeated. Now 22-0. Is that right, or 23-0? I got to keep track of it here. Let's see. 23-0. I sure changed them, didn't I? 23-0 now for the Thunderwolves. More importantly, 18-0. In conference play are the Thunderwolves. They win tonight 66-50. Adams State wins their first conference game of the year. They knock off New Mexico Highlands 72-70. Regis bounces back with a win tonight 65-59 over Colorado Christian. Mines defeated Chadron State. That's Colorado Mines 84-73. UCCS in a low scoring tilt defeats Black Hills State 55-42. South Dakota Mines over Metro State 58-48. Mesa knocks off Westminster 68-58. We're just getting one final in here, so we'll wrap that up here on the men's side. We'll start off, of course, Thunderwolves going down to defeat here 84-75. Colorado Mines final just in. They defeated Chadron State 87-57 is the final there. So Mines, they'll be 1 game behind Fort Lewis. Thunderwolves now drop into a tie for 3rd place because Westminster won on the road tonight at Mesa. They defeat them 89-82. We'll be in Salt Lake City next Friday night. That'll be a key ball game as the Thunderwolves and Westminster get it on the Griffins in a battle for 3rd place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Other scores from around the league. Adams State defeated Highlands 99-77. Regis over Colorado Christian 89-60. UCCS wins in overtime over Black Hills State 79-77. Metro State defeats South Dakota Mines 76-62. Nuggets lose tonight. Avalanche finally won a game. They defeated Winnipeg earlier this afternoon. So that wraps up our scoreboard show. Remember, a reminder, we have ball games next week. We're going to be back here at Massari Arena on Tuesday night, back to our normal times, 5:30 and 7:30 as New Mexico Highlands comes to town. It'll be a 5:15 pregame show, 5:30 for the women, 7:30 for the men. Then we go on the road next Friday night as the Thunderwolves will be on the road to take on Westminster. And, you know, I don't have the times in front of me. I think it's 5:30 and 7:30, but we'll give you that time on Tuesday night. But the Thunderwolves in Salt Lake City to take on the Griffins next Friday night. Special thanks, everybody here. Fort Lewis College, Sarah Meyer is the Sports Information Director, Assistant Athletic Director, actually, at Fort Lewis College, in charge of media relations. Same job here in Pueblo as Dax Larson. Busy day for him today, covering wrestling. Remember, the wrestling team won the conference title today. Congratulations to them. And that's Dax Larson and the Dax Charles coach, Dax Larson, the SID here. Sean Pooley is assistant. Joe Folder, the athletic director. Special thanks to our head coaches, Jim Turgeon and Ralph Turner. Producer and engineer of Thunderwolves basketball each and every ball game all year long has been Caitlin Norton. We'll talk to her again on Tuesday night. I'm Jim Brooks, reminding you the final scores here tonight. The women win it 66-50. The men suffer a tough one. They lose to Fort Lewis 84-75. Until we talk to you on Tuesday night, this is Jim Brooks from Massari Arena bidding you good night.
This has been CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves basketball on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Catch all of the action all season long right here. Pueblo's home for CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves athletics is Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.